What's up, gentlemen?
Not much. How's it going?
Good. How was your week?
It's pretty good, but you got a little fancy with that intro.
Yeah? Did I?
Yeah, you got a little fancy.
trying something new.
I see you.
But we got a pretty exciting show tonight. We got director and creator of Voice of Shadows, as the intro said, and we also have one of the stars of the movie, Martin Harris, joining us. So, shall we get into it?
I think we should. It's less than 5 minutes, but I'm excited to get into this.
Let's get into it. Welcome to the stage, Mr. Nick Bain.
Hello.
And Mr. Martin Harris. Gentlemen.
Hello.
Joining us today.
Of course. What was the intro? I love heavy metal. What was the band? It sounds familiar.
I don't know. I've got to look it up on my CapTech.
Okay. It sounded familiar. It sounded very familiar. Yeah.
Martin's Instagram, if you follow him, is always full of like 500 different songs. It takes like an hour just to scroll through.
Yeah, I know. I have a list that I'm about to finish that I started 5 years ago of 10,000 best albums. My favorite 10,000 best albums. I'm at like 9,000. Yeah, 9,600. I posted them all on my Instagram in my stories, all with clips. So this one sounded familiar. I don't wanna say a name of a band because I might be wrong, but I definitely know that band for sure.
I'm gonna have to look it up, and I will.
Can you give a spoiler as to what the 10,000th best album is?
No, you have to follow me.
It's got to be a pretty terrible album. The 10,000th best album. That's Rolling Stone is like a top 200, and I have a hard time knowing those. So,
I had some Rolling Stones on my list. Almost all of them, as a matter of fact, but not like in top 100. I don't think I had Rolling Stones in my top 100.
Magazine,
yeah. But they're definitely on the list. They made it to 10,000. I'll tell you that.
Well, that's good. That's a very exclusive list. 10,000 albums.
It's very exclusive. Only the best.
Hold on. Is it 10,000 albums or 10,000 songs?
Albums. 10,000 albums.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. But most of those albums that I posted in my stories, and you can find them in my archive stories. Most of them come with a little bit of music, so you can check. You can check if you don't know the band. There's a little bit of music attached to it.
Check out your Instagram account tonight.
Yeah. I'm definitely, and I'm checking my own Instagram. This is the reason I started having an Instagram account, so I can have my kind of a music library. Because now I can go back and I'm like, oh, I haven't listened to this for a while, and
that's a pretty good idea. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm still not.
I haven't heard this album before. Checks all 10,000 albums. Oh, actually, they were the 6,759th best album.
Nice.
That might be a good one. I can't tell you from the top of my head what is it, but it's gonna be something good.
That would be impressive if you could recall from the top of your head all of those albums. That would.
I mean, I would recall all of them, but I'm not in the order they were there. I could recall. Yeah, I've listened to all of them for sure, at least once. Yeah, definitely, most definitely.
No, I'm a huge music lover. I've got a nice vinyl collection, so I appreciate that. I will be checking that out for sure.
Mm-hmm. It's mainly, I would say, 4 genres. It's mainly, I would say, progressive rock, heavy metal, hard rock, and some jazz, psychedelia. But you won't find You won't find there Taylor Swift, Beyonce, those type of people. You won't find them on my list.
Fair,
Yeah,
fair.
they're not in my
With
record
all due
collection.
respect. With all due respect.
Well, that's awesome. So, gentlemen, Nick, you are the writer and director of the movie Voice of Shadows.
Yes.
And Martin, you played Ernesto in Voice of Shadows.
Right.
Tell us about the movie.
Yeah, we can focus on Martin because Martin has to go to a big fancy premiere in about 15 minutes. So
middle-sized premiere, but hopefully a fancy one. Hopefully.
Are you wearing that to its premiere? I'm just curious.
No, I'll change very quick. Yeah.
All right, Martin, why don't you tell us about yourself and your career?
Well, we shot Voice of Shadows in Minnesota in 2021, I believe, around that time. So it was like early fall, chilly at night sometimes. Very, very beautiful setting in a small city called Lensborough. I think it only had 700 people living there, but they had a theater, Equity Theater. They were actually putting up plays, so that was kind of interesting. They had only like 2 stores and 1 bar, and they still had a theater there. So we filmed it there in a big house, most of the stuff, and then we moved to Minneapolis to film the church stuff and some other things, and that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun working with Nick, whom I knew at that point for about 6 years, and we always talked about movies, about doing something together, and it materialized during the pandemic. He actually approached me during the pandemic that he has this project and that he's shooting it in Minnesota, and I think it came out really good. I think it's a really very intriguing film. I recommend it to to anyone to check it out. It's a scary movie. It's not a cheap scary movie. It's a movie that makes you like thrilled.
Right. Makes you think and puts kind of puts you on edge when you're looking around a corner at a dark night.
Yeah, absolutely. It has a climate to it. It has a climate both through the story and through the way it was shot. I think the one of the strong points of the film is how it's shot. It really looks really, really nice.
100%. That was something that stuck out to me the most throughout the entire movie, was just how great the cinematography was on it and the color grading. I mean, you don't see movies, especially from first-time directors, that have that level of like competency in the shot setup and everything. You don't see that. So I was really blown away by the cinematography.
Thank you.
Yeah, and everything was working. Camaraderie on set was great. The cast is amazing. There are really talented people in that cast, and the girl playing this the sister, she's a big star in South America. They were both priests, seasoned actors. Guillermo also a seasoned actor who was on a bunch of shows in South America. So yeah, that was a really great group of people. Same with my coworker Milda, the actress playing Milda. She's been on like Coen Brothers movies and stuff. So yeah, it was a really good cast.
Yeah,
Very
the
cool.
cast was really well. I do have a question for you, Martin. Ernesto. So in the movie, is it okay if we delve into some of the plot specifics?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. In the movie, your character, again, spoiler alert, go watch the movie before you watch this. Your character gets stabbed, and then the lead buries him in the forest and then goes and checks on him, and he's a mannequin. Like whenever he goes and looks for the body, like he's just not there anymore. So did your character actually exist, or was like did you actually die, or like what happened to Ernesto? Where did he go?
So this is one of those situations, and I had this conversation with a pretty well-established director, and I think Nick should be the first one to answer that if he wants to, because the best answer will be it's up for your interpretation.
And I love that. And I
that
do.
will be the best answer, because even when you watch there are a lot of films that when you watch them on purpose, the filmmakers don't tell you what their intention was because there are different ways to see it from different perspectives, and you don't want to tell people what they're supposed to see because it's intriguing that there's some people see different things in it. So I will keep it for now. I'll keep it to myself. But if Nick wants to explain from his, because he wrote the script, then I'm happy to hear myself. I have an idea. Like for myself, I have an idea that I also had when I was filming, but the fact that people have a different interpretation of it, it's also cool. I don't want to spoil that.
I liked how it was done, and exactly, I like the surprise of it because the whole movie kind of left you guessing with a lot of things, and I kind of like that. I was like, "Where's it going with this?" And then when we saw that part, it was like, "Oh, what happened? Where'd he go?" And we kind of went in depth of the discussion last night after watching the movie again, and we all had our own different idea of what happened to Ernesto. Personally, I think there's going to be a sequel. That's just me, and Ernesto's going to make a gallant return. But I liked how the characters each kind of developed in their own ways, and Ernesto was definitely a very interesting character to bring in from beginning to end. He was very want to say mysterious, but you knew something was up with him, and it was really nicely done. You did a great job with that part.
Thank you.
Yeah. And all the cast did excellent with the acting. Just real quick before we get the answer from Nick about Ernesto, the way you, Martin, spoke about the interpretation, like everyone can interpret it differently. Watching the film, my interpretation of it was almost like maybe the events going on in the movie weren't actually even happening, and it was almost like him succumbing to his alcoholism and like going down that path of just addiction, because there was like a lot of hints dropped there about like him drinking more and more and just kind of going further into the hole of addiction. So that's what I pulled from it.
That's interesting. That's the first time I've heard it, actually. But now I have to think about it, what you just said. It's interesting. Yeah, you see something different. That I never heard that. I've heard people saying different things, but I never heard that. So now I kind of have to think about it and like almost like rewatch some things, to see if that's really the case.
I mean, yeah, it definitely left a lot up for interpretation.
Yeah,
great.
I think
it's like I had that conversation last week with a friend of mine who he's an actor, but he's also a painter. His name is Boo Boo Stewart. He was in Twilight movies and some other stuff. And we're in front of his painting, and I tell him what I see in it, and he likes it because the person who talked to him about this painting before me had a completely different opinion what the painting is about. So it's almost like right now you said something that I haven't heard before. Now I have to think about it what you said, because it's like, oh yeah, interesting.
Oh, well, glad I can have some insight or like give you a different view. Or thank you.
For sure, absolutely.
Yeah, that is an interesting one. Certainly, Gabriel's alcoholism is a big part of the story, and his relationship with reality is obviously very precarious, especially with everything going around him. But back to, what I don't know if I need to provide an answer. I think it's funner for me to hear everybody's interpretation of it. But one thing that really came out in Martin's performance and something that he really contributed is Ernesto. If you think about his character, is a really bizarre character. Like he's probably the most bizarre character in the movie. He has a Spanish name, and he shows up in like a British 1940s suit, and then he has a Polish accent. It's like, who is this guy? You know, it's like his character makes no sense at all. And then Martin has almost like comedic timing with his delivery of dialogue as well. So his performance to me was very interesting. He came on as a professional and had read the script. He's also a producer of the movie. So when I see an actor who is doing their own thing and isn't asking for direction, if they know what they're doing, I'm not going to like give them a bunch of direction. And being that Martin has been on a lot more, you know, understood the character, and he's been a lot more films than I have. Go look at his IMDb. I kind of wanted to give him free reign of what he wanted to do with that character.
Yeah.
Speaking of IMDb, let's go ahead and take a look at Mr. Harris's IMDb right now.
That was a nice segue.
If you see the new Superman, did you note, Martin, have you seen Superman yet? There's a huge screen it's just your face. There's an entire frame. It's like 5 seconds of just your face.
Yeah. The scene when we start the war for the second time. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Oh,
I remember that. Yeah, that was a cool moment. That was the second scene we shot that day after the conference scene.
Did you know
you were Boravian?
Close up?
Yeah.
Huh.
So let's start with most recent. You were in Superman, Butterfly Effect short.
Yeah, it's gonna premiere at the festival this week. I'm gonna go to a screening on, I think, next Friday.
Awesome.
Long Beach Film Festival. Yeah.
Compound Machines, Kataganda, Red Mafia,
Mm-hmm.
NCIS Hawaii.
Last year. Yeah.
Here's one that most of the people we mess with can relate to. X-Men 97.
Mm-hmm.
Voice actor for that.
Yeah.
Canvas, Young Sheldon,
Mm-hmm.
The Womb, of course, Voice of Shadows, General Hospital.
Yeah, the Womp is also kind of climactic horror film from Frank Capello. He wrote Constantine. He's the original writer of Constantine. He did a bunch of studio films. Now he's doing more like his own thing, his own indie thing. And that movie came out last month, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let's see, Marvelous Miss Maisel, True Lies, TV series.
Yeah.
Ukrainia, Mali, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2.
I did 4 different Call of Duties. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a character based on you, Kruger, right?
Kruger, yeah.
On you, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still getting a lot of
that's-
messages from people from all around the world. Yesterday, I got a beautiful message from one of the Chinese fans, and she told me that there's a huge fan base of Kruger in China, and that was really, really nice. She asked me to do something for her birthday, and I did. You know, some people charge for that. I don't care. I like when when someone is nice. I don't have a problem with that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is like really cool. All right, Amsterdam, Gray Man, Stranger Things,
Yeah.
Staircase. Wow, you have.
Staircase was actually right before Voice of Shadows. I finished Staircase, and almost like a week after the Staircase, I went to Minnesota to shoot Voice of Shadows.
Wow, this is quite a list. You have definitely. So, what gave you the acting bug? When did you get that?
In my 30s, I didn't act until I was in my 30s, and then I didn't start doing this full time until I was in my 40s. I was a sports writer and sports broadcaster, and it was a good job, but it didn't feel fulfilling. So I had a conversation with Kobe Bryant, who I was friends with, and he told me, I told him about the situation that I'm thinking about going back, because I started as a singer in a heavy metal band, and then I just
What band?
I was called Army of Darkness, but it was a heavy metal band in Poland where I grew up. And then, it just didn't work out, and I didn't know what to do. So I started working as a journalist, first music, then sports. And after reaching a certain point, I was just out of ideas, and I felt like there's nothing left for me in terms of like challenges, because I've been pretty successful in that field. wrote books, published like worldwide and stuff. And I decided, and Kobe told me, what is your heart telling you? And I said, I want to try. So I moved to LA and I went to acting school.
Nice. So you have done quite a bit with additional crew. So what?
Yeah, I do
so
a lot of
it
a lot of
says-
voice acting.
Okay.
I do pretty much like almost every week. I do some voice acting. Last week I did for this film Project Hail Mary that is gonna premiere next year with Ryan Gosling, and then I'm doing another two more projects this upcoming week. Yeah, I love voice acting. I do video games. I do animation, dubbing. I do looping. All kinds of stuff. It's a lot of fun. It's almost like a full-time job for me right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Voice acting is great. It's fun.
my middle kid was talking about wanting to be a voice actor. I'm like,
Well,
practice
listen,
your voices, man. Do what you want to do.
as
chase
long
your
as it's
dreams,
still
man.
out there, because we never know what's going to happen with all the AI stuff. Hopefully, it will be available for us
Yeah.
for a substantial amount of years, but there's no guarantees at this point.
So
I mean, there are guarantees within the SAC contract, but every 2-3 years it's being renegotiated, and it's getting harder and harder to regulate those things.
that's crazy. So between voice acting and regular acting, what do you see are the biggest differences, or is there any?
I mean, you just don't show your face. That's about it,
So
really.
so it's just the not being able to show your face on screen, but
It's
when
just
you
it's
when
just
you
a
when
skill
you
set,
get a
It's
right,
I don't even think about that because it's almost like different. It's it's almost like a different. You use different muscles. It's like playing basketball and playing soccer. Like you use
okay,
different muscles. It's sports, but you use different muscles and you use different parts of your body. It's different skill sets matter. It's also acting, but you act with your voice.
right. So which do you think was probably the most challenging to really fully accomplish?
Anything is challenging. It's a very competitive field. It is
Mm-hmm.
challenging. It's always challenging, and if when it stops being challenging, it's time to move on to do something else in life, I guess.
Very true.
I hope I'm gonna stick around, for longer doing that. I really like doing that, but can I, knowing my life that I've changed my careers 4 times, can I 100% guarantee that I'm gonna act for the next 30-40 years? I cannot say that. For now, I feel like I enjoy doing that, but maybe in 5 years I'm gonna do something else. Who knows? I'm
So
also an art collector. I collect a lot of art. It's my new hobby, which I'm completely fascinated by, and I spend more and more time doing that. So who knows what's next?
what? Just to ask a simple question, what advice would you give for people that want to get into acting? Like, where would you advise that they start?
Only do it. Only do it if you really want to do it. Only for that particular reason. It's harder than you think in terms of becoming a professional actor. It's harder than you might think from the outside. It's actually extremely hard because there's very little you can control, and
Right.
it can be frustrating for a lot of people. For almost, I mean, it is frustrating in moments for everybody because you might feel that you had incredible take on a character, you taped an audition, and then you don't hear back, and or you feel like you didn't do a good audition, and suddenly they decided they want to hire you, and there are no rules. It's about enjoying the process, really, because if you think about that, if you're, I'll put it this way, 30 years ago maybe that would make sense if you're in it for fame or money. Not anymore, really. If someone just wants to be famous, start a YouTube channel, do like Instagram videos or TikTok.
Yeah.
That will give people who just want fame much easier fame than acting.
Right. Right.
And most of the actors that you will talk to who are working actors, who are starring in films and shows, they will tell you that the fame part is the one that they like the least, if or one of those things that they like the least about acting. There are actually a lot of star actors that I've worked with and met are pretty private, almost shy people in real life. And they don't like when there's too much stuff going on outside of
Right.
acting in their lives, you know. So this is this is my advice. If you really love acting, yeah, sure, it's absolutely. But if you just want to like, oh, it would be cool to be in movies, you know, maybe I go to some carpets and premieres. No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It
Right.
really is.
Okay.
So it's really a labor of love
Yeah.
to move into the acting field, and I'm sure with the directing field as well.
Yeah, I'm sure too. 100%. It's a lot of
I think
sacrifices.
I've just going from meeting you guys at the convention, meeting a lot of independent filmmakers, and I think that's one of the biggest things I picked up, that it's not a matter of, hey, I want to make this film, you know, shoot to the top of the box office and make millions of dollars. They're doing it because they love the genre. They love producing something that people will enjoy and will entertain people. I mean, obviously, it's nice to make the money back on what you put in, but it really seems like that's kind of a bonus to when you actually get to produce your film, get it out there, get it in front of people, and let everybody see it, and then get the response of, hey, that was a great movie, that was amazing, you guys did really well, when's your next one? I think that's kind of what I got from most of the people that we met there, and that's why I think
Yeah.
independent film and what you all are doing is so important.
Thank you very much.
It's not just putting stuff out there to make money. You're actually putting stuff out there that you want to entertain people. You want people to think. You want people to see your movie, walk away from it, and keep thinking about it.
And on
keep
that
running
note,
through
I have to run to the movie premiere. But thank you so much for having me. And I
Thank
hope
you for
Nick will take it from here.
thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What movie are you seeing, Martin? We lost him.
Oh,
We lost him.
He told me via text, but I didn't know what it was. It is Martin. He's seeing something of the Lumiere in Beverly Hills, Cognitive by Rachel Fleischer. I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye out for it.
Definitely.
Yeah, Martin and I were neighbors in LA, and a lot of people that ended up associated with this movie I was neighbors with, which is a weird thing because I'm from Minnesota. I really wanted to make it as exclusively as a screenwriter, and I live in Minnesota. And then I got to LA, and being a screenwriter exclusively isn't really a thing. It's not, I guess not anymore. But you just end up meeting so many amazing people just in proximity that are as serious about the industry as you are.
Right.
Yeah.
So why you say screenwriter isn't really the way to go in Hollywood anymore? What is taken away from that specific aspect of Hollywood? Is it the AI, or is it just they have specific people that they use consistently, or
well, I don't know that. I was certainly doing this before AI. I don't know how effective AI is, but it used to be like my friend Tom Pope was a screenwriter in LA in the 70s. He wrote like movies like Manitou and Bad Bee stuff, but he's a much better writer than he is now. But he would go and sell a movie to Paramount and never get made, and he'd live off that for 2 years. When I moved to LA, we pitched a movie. I used to have a writing partner, and we pitched a movie called Playdate, which was a screenplay. The log line is a babysitter, or no, two kids must fend off their evil babysitter and save their sibling from it's an evil babysitter movie. We pitched that to every studio, and received tons of requests. We were in like development with the studio with us for a while, gave us no money, and no studio ever bought our movie. But 2-3 years later, a similar premised TV show came out and a similar premised movie. Now, were we going to chase these producers and studios down and the lawyers and sue them? No, we couldn't. So I don't really know the answer to that, but I got fatigued with the writing element. You'd sell a screenplay or you never get paid, or so I decided to go on and try it on my own, and ended up directing the movie, which wasn't the plan to begin with. Yeah.
How did you? Go ahead.
What was your experience like being a first-time director? Like, what were some of the trials or tribulations associated with that?
Well, when you're producing and writing and directing a movie, it's a lot. I was sleeping maybe 4 hours a night for about a month. And my philosophy as being as director was to surround myself with as experienced as people as possible. And my first prerogative was getting the best cinematographer we could. And so we ended up bringing a 24-year-old over from Barcelona named Neil Murphy and his gaffer. So I was so knee deep in the logistics of it that directing it just came kind of like naturally, it just was very of the moment. I did all the site locations myself and Guillermo, and those places I think helped tell the story as much as the cast and crew and myself.
Yeah, definitely. So did it help you as a director being the one that wrote the story as well, because you already had the vision in your mind because you wrote the screenplay for it?
Yeah, it came to my attention that this was I don't want to say a niche screenplay, but not something super digestible and a little more layered than the log line will have you believe. So I think as the writer, being able to explain to the actors what they're going through emotionally, and to know the universe around them was certainly an asset. That and my knowledge of post-production work. So when you're directing it, when to tell the cinematographer to cut and where to pick up, comes in really handy. But yeah, I mean, being able to speak, to be able to get the reactions you want, as if you're directing someone else's material, unless you're closely associated with it, you're going to have a lot of questions.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you wish you could have changed about how the movie turned out? Like, is there anything like, I wish I had gotten this scene, or I wish I'd done that, like just anything?
Well, I mean, here's the thing about indie filmmaking is you're shooting. We shot in 15 days.
Okay.
We don't have a studio budget. In our 10th day of shooting, we got shut down. Nico, the gaffer, got COVID. And so we ended up reshooting everything 6 months later in Los Angeles. When we started shooting the script, it was 90 pages. By the time we were done shooting, I think we shot 60 pages.
Okay.
Now that's not to say a lot of the information isn't there. A lot of the scenes were combined. When as a writer, I would write like, okay, Gabrielle walks from the dining room to the kitchen to the living room. Well, I didn't know as a writer, you just fuck yourself for the whole day, because now you have to like set up like every time, and we're working with the lighting. Every time we would set up and reshoot, it'd be 4 hours of setup for anything.
Yeah.
But there's a number of things I would change. I would have done differently for sure. Mm-hmm. But overall, the fact that we were able to finish the movie, get it released internationally, and all that is kind of a miracle.
That's kind of awesome. I mean,
any movie getting made from just the stories you hear coming out of Hollywood, or the independent scene, any movie making it to release is almost short of a miracle.
Yeah.
So, congratulations to y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What would you say inspired you to do horror and go this genre?
I've always loved horror movies. I think in a way it's the easiest and the most difficult genre, right? Because you have a built-in audience. But there's one thing is as much as I love the genre, you can't write a drama piece now and have any chance of it being a success. People don't go to the theaters or go to Tubi now to watch dramas like they used to when I was growing up. So I think if you want to find an audience, you don't want to waste the budget you have. You want to try and do something within a genre with a built-in audience. I don't know if that's like the easiest producer thing I could possibly say, but I love all genres, and horror is it's really a difficult genre. But I think there's a lot of great horror movies coming out now as well.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of variety in horror too. You know.
Yeah.
So, I just picking up on something you said, like people don't go and like turn on Tubi to watch a drama or anything. When you were writing the script, was it more? Were you trying to do more of like a drama horror type, like
it's there has a lot of elements of film noir. So I'm kind of a film history junkie, and this to me I would call a noir horror or a scary mystery versus like a straight horror.
That comes across.
Yeah.
Like, it was very, very psychological throughout the movie. There was a lot of things that popped up that really made us like kind of like really have to go back and think about it. Like, what did we just see there? Okay, and then just the way the characters interacted and the mystery that was being built up throughout the movie, and then kind of like the twists and turns, and then the real subtle hints of what's going to happen, but then the change at the end was really nice.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, but I do appreciate when directors leave stuff up for interpretation and make you think and actually process. Like, I like to. My favorite movies are movies where I have to chew on it for a little bit, and because I like to look at the plot threads. I like to delve deeper into like the meaning, symbolism, things of that nature. So I appreciated that from your work.
Thank you.
It's always fun when the movie makes you think or theorize rather than just handing you the answer.
Yes.
You know, I mean, for years, I'm still questioning what was in the case in Pulp Fiction. You know, I like not knowing.
Yeah. And the mystique, once you ruin the mystique, it like takes away from it, right?
It takes the magic out of it, Yeah.
The case in the case, and certainly showing you what in the case isn't as interesting as showing you that gold illuminated color, that heavenly light coming from that case, you know?
Yeah.
I saw that movie in the theater when I was 14 years old, and I was from a very Christian family, and my friend's mom took us. She's like, John Travolta's in a movie, and we're gonna go see it. And it was a 9:55 Sunday show, and I mean, I was in the 9th grade, and like I'd never even watched porn before that. You know what I mean?
That was probably not the best movie to introduce yourself to at that age.
Yeah, I was like, this is what gay people are like. No, but okay, so I can say that. But yeah, that was but certainly remember every scene, every part of that movie, and where I was when I saw it. Well, Austin, how old were you when you watched Pulp Fiction? Because that wasn't been around your whole life, probably.
So, well, I'm 30 next
Okay.
year. So
So you were
a little bit of a, I don't know, this is probably a sin for cinema. I don't think I've seen Pulp Fiction all the way through.
okay.
What is wrong with you?
But horror movies
Oh,
I have been
here.
watching since I came out of the womb.
You've been
my
watching horror movies?
Yeah, my grandfather did not care about the ratings.
Okay. Awesome
So
grandpa, by the way.
he was fantastic. I only had him for 8 years, but
Wow.
in that 8-year time span, he showed me The Exorcist, all the Friday the 13th, all the Nightmare on Elm Streets,
Wow.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. So I would go over to his house on the weekend sometime, and we'd go to the movie store right up his house, near his house, and he'd throw it on, and he would fall asleep, and I'd be sitting there looking at Pazuzu, and so I hold those memories very near and dear, which is why I'm such a horror fanatic now. So a little desensitized.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, I'm doing an interview right now for SGNL magazine. They're like asking some wonderful writers. Alex is a writer in Japan. If you guys haven't seen SGNL magazine, it's an amazing in-print magazine now. And one of the questions they're asking me is like, what was the first horror movie you saw? Like, we were not allowed to watch horror movies. Like, but I do remember watching Siskel and Ebert cover Nightmare on Elm Street for the first time. And they show the scene. I think it's like Johnny Depp who gets like raised against the wall, and like up in the ceiling, and then he's all like, that's the part they showed on Siskel and Ebert, which was like terrifying to me. Freddy Krueger, I mean, was like just absolutely terrifying.
Something when you were most vulnerable, sleeping. That is a terrifying
maniac, man. Loved it.
Yeah.
The bed blender.
He is finally, Robert England's finally getting his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Oh, he is?
Mm-hmm. He's getting on Halloween this
year. Took
year.
100 years.
About damn time.
Yep.
Who star are they removing to put his in?
No, I didn't look into all that, but they did show that he was getting it because they had the glove and the hat. Nice. And the star or whatever, which was cool.
Damn. Wish we were still in LA to go to that. But
yeah. Make a special trip out there.
No kidding. So you were not exposed to horror as a young man. When was your first dip into the horror genre? Like, when did you realize that this is the genre for me?
Well, when I wrote Playdate and we almost sold it.
Right.
And there's a lot of threads in Playdate there in Voice Shadows. Got pretty close to getting made. Then I just kept writing it and started to realize how much fun it was.
Okay.
But I will say, again, like thinking of an original horror idea is damn near impossible. I think I have a new one, but mortgages and the home industry are like a big thing in my life. And in college, we were in like how important it is to own a home. Aaron,
I'm thinking where this is. Is this the setup for like a movie you're thinking about?
No, I'm not going to dispel. I'm not going to dispel my new script.
Okay.
I will say it's about a young journalist who's asked to interview a woman and ask a question which has not been asked to her since like the 1970s, and she's like this old actress, and it's a question no one's supposed to ask her ever, and this young journalist does, and good things don't happen to him anymore, But so when I was in college, we were introduced to a writer who wrote a movie called House of Sand and Fog. If you've ever heard of that movie, it has Ben Kingsley in it, and it is a movie. He buys a home. Who's Jennifer Connelly? He buys a home from her and buys it for her under a rug, and her whole life's just shambles. So that, to me, that movie, if you've never seen it, is a good noir. And has left a big impression on me. So, I wanted to do a film about two people who didn't have much, who stand to inherit an estate, and sort of like what they need to do in order to do that. Yeah. So
we're going to be on the lookout for that then.
Yeah, House of Santa Fog. I should mention that the house we shot in, we're doing a giveaway right now. So you can actually go to our Facebook page and enter the giveaway to be able to stay at the house. We're doing a weekend giveaway as long as some other items from the movie, some promo stuff. So Lanesboro, Minnesota, cool place to go, and you can stay at the house. You can sleep in the bedroom where Maho gets kidnapped, or Celeste.
Oh no!
Was the basement a part of that house?
No, the basement. The trap door is right. So I found the house, and of course, originally there was going to be just one basement. There's going to be a secret compartment in there, but I ended up finding this Murphy door in their kitchen, and I was like, well, this makes a lot more sense that she would, be living in this secret basement the whole time. So spoiler alert. But the minute he enters there, it's a studio in LA. So as I mentioned, we lost the last 4 days of shooting in Minnesota and brought everyone back to LA 6 months later, which is a lot of fun when you're doing an indie production. And ended up shooting at a studio called Monk Studios in Koreatown.
Okay.
Yeah. Finding a place that looks like a basement in LA is not easy because there's no basements here.
Yeah, there's really isn't.
Yeah, because when we were watching the film, Raven was like, "Oh, are they making moonshine in this basement?" Like it looked like there was like some like alcohol. I don't know.
The boilers in the basement look like a still. I was like, oh wow.
No, I don't think they're making moon. They could have been. I'll have to ask Milda what she's doing down there that whole time.
And speaking of Milda, so, and again, you don't have to give any like concrete answers, but she didn't really die in the beginning of the film, did she?
She didn't. No.
Okay. No, see, that's what I thought, because she got like chopped in the gut. And
she's
blood.
not dead. She's dead at the end. And then she encompasses I'm going to say the actress name, Corin, whose name is, what the fuck is her name?
Is that Emma?
Emma, thank you. There was a joke about how many times Gabrielle says Emma throughout the movie. But yeah, so she's dead at the end. So like the thought of her motivation is like, I'm getting old, I'm going to die. I need a young body to like take over, right?
So she was trying to take over Emma.
Yeah.
But she ended up taking over Gabriel. At least that's what it.
No, she takes over Emma. There's some ambiguities. So like when like at the end when Gabrielle answers the phone in the basement, it's the spirit. So it's the spirits calling her, and she's officially taken over Emma, right? And I think how Gabrielle has to like solve the riddle to like expel these demons. To me, Sadar did a great job with the visual effects there at the end with the hand and everything. Like but yeah, I don't know how some people. I have some friends that watch it, and some people watch it and get it right away. Some people watch it a couple times, and it does benefit from a second viewing. It's a slow burn as the movie is. There's a lot to unpack.
Yes. We had a quite a lengthy conversation after the movie, saying, like telling each other our theories and trying to dissect it to kind of see, okay, well, this is where I saw this coming from, and then getting everybody else's opinion on it, and then comparing and contrasting. Gabriel's lucky to have a neighbor like he did.
Oh yeah, Joseph. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he lucked out on that one, but it almost seemed to be that Gabriel drew from his trauma in order to make it through everything.
Right.
The trauma with his, when he was younger with his mother, and that kind of, along with the neighbor's help, kind of helped him push through to get to where he needed to go to, free Emma from whatever was possessing her. And
Right.
I thought that was really well done.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a parallel with Gabrielle's traumatic past, and that's why it ends up with this monologue of Gabrielle discussing his past, and a lot of it has to do with like religious faith, as well as the responsibility of this movie takes very much place in a place where God's word and the gospel is very real. And so the responsibility of having to deal with that, and how Milda deals with it versus Gabrielle.
Yeah, the contrast between those two, where Gabrielle kept his faith and Milda, she lost it, and she tried to reconstruct it in her own way.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of that.
Yeah. Thank you. That was definitely one of the starting points of the writing process. The movie started, the whole premise came about because I have a friend, her name is Tansy. She lives in Las Vegas, but she, growing up, had a landline, and her parents moved on. They got rid of their landline. One of them passed away, and I think it was a bookstore that ended up inheriting this phone number. So they were wondering, like, who are these people from our past that are calls this bookstore, and they're going to be asking us for, like, is Tansy there? So she's like, isn't that an interesting idea? So I thought, yeah, what if spirits from like hell end up calling this like old rotary phone?
So whenever that first phone call came in, and I'm sitting there because you see the symbolism or the iconic icons in the iconograph. Whatever. I'm not gonna struggle over this. In the Voice of Shadows logo, that one, you see like the cross invert and the pentagram form. I was like, man, okay, so this is definitely dealing with something from like hell, clearly. And that first call came in, and it was like, Brett, and I was like, man, I feel like these what's happening is like these spirits are making long distance calls from hell. Like,
Right.
I think that's something. So
yeah, you're right.
Like I threw that hook line out there immediately, and so thank you.
It was a very interesting turn. The Hell's operator connecting to Milda, and her whole premise of it was almost throwing a lifeline out to them.
Yeah.
Giving them, I guess, a second chance, like she got because she came back from the fire.
Right. So she holds these spirits safe from like entering hell. So like she is this nun, right? And she is betrayed by the church twice and by God twice. And the second time she gets pulled back on her journey to hell and ends up taking these spirits with her. And she ends up empathizing with them, and starts to believe that God is the flawed one, right? Mm-hmm. Which is like, she has some like pretty interesting theories, and like you can understand like why, why someone like might empathize with people who have done terrible things. That's kind of who she is, Mm-hmm. So she's kind of like the mother to all these evil spirits and keeping them safe from God's harm. So that's and so Martin and who we just met here and Father John are all people that have come back to life, and they have this like cult. So Martin actually wants to do like a prequel where they start this cult, which could be
cool.
Yeah, that would be that would definitely be interesting to watch, to see how these, especially a father and a nun, that were so stricken with belief and faith to join, the Catholic Church in those roles, all of a sudden have this falling out, because I believe they were all three of them were in the same fire, correct? I was trying to read the newspaper. We paused it to read the newspaper
Oh,
article.
you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone was de-aged except for Martin in that photo, which I was like, Martin doesn't need it. That's fine. No, I think it was just Milda who survived the fire.
Okay.
But they all survived. They've all come back to life.
Right. They went through a near-death experience, and
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, so we had a lot of fun shooting it in Minnesota. Bain came on last minute. I don't know if you guys recognize what movie he's from, but he's the kid in Gran Torino.
Okay.
So we'd been looking for a movie to do for a little while. Originally, we were going to do a chess documentary, because I don't know, like, if I could have done anything different with B other than the role he has here. But I thought B was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The actors were really good.
I was a huge fan of the book Prop as well. How did that come about? Did you make it, or who made it, and all that? I loved that.
Did you like it? So our production designer I actually found the book on eBay. It's from the 1800s. It was I think it was an art history book from the 1800s with a bunch of arty Gothic art in it. And Peter thread the pentagram on the side, and I ended up looking for, that was one piece of prop that I was more involved in, which was put together kind of like, I think we were kind of putting it together like, actually, you know what, we didn't actually have that movie finished until we finished the movie, right? So we didn't put that book together until we finished the movie. But the prop is part of the prop is there, and then it was finished later on. Like all the inserts and stuff like that, like the stabbing and like going through the book, all that stuff was done like months later. I'm the guy on the phone, and anytime you see anybody like stabbing him with it, those are my hands. It could be like Emma's hand or like Guillermo's hand. Like that's mine. My hand is very versatile. It can be very dainty and small. It can be like it can be very masculine too. So yeah, that got to be mine. But yeah, the colorist did a great job as well. And it was first time cinematographer, first time colorist, first time director, and then pretty much I directed shorts and stuff before that, but wasn't planning on doing a feature. We were bringing the script to a few directors, but we were so focused on pre-production, and this one director was really interested, but like wouldn't read the script, which I thought was like not a good sign. So we didn't end up going through.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you would think of a
read the
director
script, that's weird.
Yeah, a director that's interested in would want to kind of go over what he's about to shoot, and start asking questions,
Yeah, you think that'd be like so I thought maybe it's not the right director. So yeah.
Okay.
Do you have aspirations to direct again? Like the next project you're working on, are you going to look for a director? Or are you going to take it on yourself again?
I would produce any movie for free basically at this point. I don't have any plans to direct another movie at this time. I'm more focused on writing.
Okay.
Again, I'm sure I will direct again someday. but I don't think it will be in the next couple of years. No.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's kind of like running a marathon. It's like or anything really difficult in your life. It's like you do it once, and it's so difficult. You have to grow so much. Wouldn't make any sense not to do it again.
Yeah.
Because you learned so much the first time around, and the second time would be so much easier in a lot of ways. Of course, you have definitely new challenges, but to go through pre-production, from writing, which writing, pre-production, production, post-production, and then we released it last September. To go through all that was like a 3-year journey. And it's a lot.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially wearing so many hats for your first project.
Yeah, exactly.
That's definitely, I can definitely see the challenge in that. But again, like you said, it taught you a lot of things. It showed, kind of like we were explaining before the show and what we were doing. It shows where our strong points are, where our weak points are, and what we need to work on, and kind of how to find a way to move forward on that and improve every time.
Yeah, you guys killed it at the HorrorCon. I thought you guys were awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
It was a lot of fun to meet you guys in person. Aaron couldn't make it, but I thought you guys killed it, and I think STNL magazine or Signal magazine and Bobby, it's a great group of people to be involved with. And I think it's it's going to grow really rapidly for everybody involved.
Yeah, that is the hopes. That is the hopes and the plans. We definitely lucked out finding.
Oh, his mic died.
Mike died.
I think what he was just gonna say that we lucked out finding such a great group of upstart people that were working on the magazine to assist us with growing the podcast as well,
especially the indies, because it's such a more passion put into it.
Yes,
seeing people's ideas.
Yeah, which the indie needs just as much love as. I mean, really, the big Hollywood studios don't need that much love, but the indies definitely need people to shine a spotlight on them, and that's one thing that Signal is going to be doing, and has already started to do.
Yeah.
So.
Are we? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just saying that, and that's kind of Signal's sticking point is they look towards the indie stars, the actors, directors, producers, and give them their stage that Hollywood doesn't really, not necessarily allow, but that Hollywood doesn't really allow because reasons, I guess. I don't know.
They play it safer, I guess. They want the same old tried and true rather than something new and fresh. You don't see a lot of new ideas.
To be fair, A24, I think, is like a bigger studio that has indie sensibilities, because A24 seems like they're willing to just throw stuff at a wall and see what sticks.
And they will buy indie films, right? That fits their palette. But I know firsthand, and that's another thing that's going through post-production, is you're going through the first time, you don't know what you're up against. Then you're dealing with sales agents and publicists and pirating. I mean, somebody showed me this amazing dubbing of Voice of Shadows in Bengali. It was done perfectly, and I was like, well, we never sold our rights to Bengali. You know what I mean? So it is an uphill battle. We have our distributors, SNR, who got us theatrical release in the Philippines, and now we're out in Australia, England, but it is an uphill battle. And there's a lot of attitude in Hollywood for indie productions, for people, because they get lambasted with indie films every day. Let's see here. Okay. Don's got it. You guys seen any good movies lately, other than
Oh, yes. I'm glad you asked.
I was gonna say.
So
I wonder
me
what
and
he's
my
gonna pick.
wife, we went, AMC theaters. I don't know if they do it anywhere else or where else AMC is at, but AMC theaters does this thing like once a month, once every couple months called Scream Unseen. And what Scream Unseen is it's oh, so you know about it. So we went a couple months back, and the group of brothers that directed Talk to Me, they had a new movie coming out called Bring Her Back. And me and my wife didn't see no previews, didn't know anything about it. It was just like, oh, hey, there's a horror movie that we don't know that what it is coming out. You want to go see it? We went. So I'm sitting there, and because she was running a little behind, and I see like this fetus, like demonic fetus, come on screen. I'm like, what the hell am I in for? So from that point on, the movie was just balls to the wall and incredible. Bring Her Back is an incredible film that I recommend anybody go and watch, along with Voice of Shadows, of course. But you asked me what new horror movies. What I've seen that's not Voice of Shadows is Bring Her Back. Holy shit, incredible! To sum it up, it felt like what people who were watching The Exorcist when it first released probably felt, of just like jaw open the entire time.
I saw Bring Her Back not on a Fright Night or sight unseen, but I saw it without watching the trailer as well, which is highly how I prefer to watch a movie. I do not like to watch movie trailers if I know I want to see the movie. And I wasn't even a huge fan of Talk to Me. Not to say I didn't like it, but Bring Her Back really blew me away.
Yeah. Same. I watched Talk to Me after Bring Her Back because everyone's like, "Oh, Talk to Me is much better." And I was like, "Okay." I mean, it was cool. Like Talk to Me was cool, but like Bring Her Back was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
So, yeah. Thank you for asking that question, Nick.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Hold on,
We
I'll be
have
right.
Russell joining us.
Wisdom, it's nice to meet you. I gotta do one thing.
His mic's muted. There we go.
Had some technical difficulties, friend.
Oh, it's all good.
I got here.
Holy
got
hell,
here.
you're fine, man. You're good. Thank you for making it in. Holy hell, Bring Her Back was incredible. Just to keep filling the air. Wow.
Okay. We have
is that a red
We're
velvet shirt?
wearing the same shirt, boy.
Yeah, we do.
Nice.
Oh, it's getting hot in here. I'm like, oh, that shirt looks good, but man, first time I wore it, I think she gave me a small instead. But there you go.
Just
So you must have seen it at you must have been there, or are you just a big Red Velvet fan?
Oh no, yeah, we were there.
Yeah,
I was running all over the place.
He was a camera guy.
Yeah, I was behind the scenes.
Oh right, yeah, okay, I met you. You just had a camera on in front of you. Okay.
Yeah, and you saw my face for 2 seconds. That's a good cameraman for you.
You're like this.
Yeah.
All right, so here is the TikTok for Voice of Shadows. Let me see if I can get us into a better screening. There we go. So, which one would you like to show first, sir?
We can go with the one you had clicked on first. Mostly because the first one. That over.
That one?
Yeah, let's watch this one.
All right, we'll watch this one.
Hey, no contestes eso. Es parte del trato, ¿no? ¿Quién es? Yeah, enough, Celeste. Okay?
This is a very interesting part of the movie.
Hello? Gabriel. Who's this?
Leave or everyone dies.
So that was
did he
you.
Hey, no contestes eso.
Did he make a mistake by speaking to the spirits? Like when Brett called and he like spoke to them, was that a mistake that Gabrielle made?
No, he was doomed to begin with. I mean, he was not supposed to be in the house. Basically, Milda is interested in anyone who doesn't have any type of connection with any type of spirituality. So because Gabriel does, he's
easily turned.
enemy number one. And
Yeah.
same with Joseph, who's like in tune with his, Native American spirituality. She hates him because of that.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that in the beginning when she talks about his cross or whatever. It's like, so yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
When she's like, that man's bad.
That's
I was like, oh, okay, he's definitely not making it.
Shall we go with this one?
Sure.
The hatchet scene. Yes.
I love the use of almost like single like no cutting in the in the
Musical
scenes.
cues, basically, kind of.
Yeah.
No, it became a really big trend to do like no cuts in like video game cutscenes here recently, and like movies just doing like one take, just following it all the way through, no cuts. Anything.
I like
love
the atmosphere that was created by the sound, though. I really did.
Oh yeah, the sound was nice, and just again the cinematography, next level.
Yeah.
All right. Next
All
up.
right.
I really liked his character.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I mean,
I wish we would have seen more.
Wasn't there? Yeah.
Yeah, he was a big Lord of the Rings fan, so I told him his inspiration could be Gandalf.
Nice.
There's a huge Catholic church they let us shoot in for some reason. They were really sweet people, though.
Oh, nice.
And we finished shooting. This is the one thing we finished shooting early was the stuff at the church.
Okay. Yeah, this is just creepy.
One of my favorite scenes.
Father John.
Never seen someone use a bell as a weapon before.
In the name of the Holy Ghost. Devil, be gone.
Guess you could say he got his bell wrong. Thank you.
So,
Jody.
what were you going to say? I'm sorry to interrupt you before. What were you going to say about this clip with the scene where he sees Emma and obviously, is worried about her, trying to keep her from being possessed?
You guys were talking? Aaron, were you talking about the cuts, the inclusion of cuts? Is that what you meant to kind of?
No, the like how it was how you kept a scene going for a long time without cutting. Like I liked some of those really long single shot takes.
Yeah, there was some really excellent movement that they were able to pull off. Some really beautiful shots. And of course, we end up cutting to her. I think like these movies they're doing now with zero cuts or making it look like zero cuts. Like the one about the kid who was the murderer. That was just. Have you guys seen that, the British series about the boy who was arrested for murder?
No. What's the name of that?
That is a great question, and I don't know the answer. But every episode is one take.
Wow!
And it's insane. And I know that they ended up having to do an entire, retake of the entire scene because something at the very end did like malfunction with the window or something. I'm gonna find out what the name of it is, but all right.
That would be horrible. Because how long are those episodes?
They're like 45 minutes long.
Jesus.
So you're doing 45 minutes of one take, and then all of a sudden, at the very end,
Yeah.
damn.
British.
It's like a soap opera, but caring about the finished product.
Adolescent.
I'm not gonna roast you for that. I didn't grow up with those.
I did. Days of Our Lives. Jonathan faking his death. Come at me. That was great.
As I
That was
said-
pure cinema.
Yeah.
No, or was that As the World Turns? That was As the World Turns.
Yeah, say,
Yeah.
what's the one that freaking came out at 2 o'clock? That was the one I watched.
Probably
General Hospital.
No, that was 3 o'clock. It was All My Children, the other one, and then
Are we
General
still on
Hospital.
General Hospital?
You all watch soap operas? Wow,
Yep.
I'm impressed.
Listen, if you
Ain't on
stayed
that
out of
Young and the
school,
Restless type deal?
Listen here, Dark Shadows was my jam. Okay.
Yes.
if you didn't go to school, you were watching Price is Right and soap operas with your mom.
One Life
At
to
least
Live.
that's what it was for me.
That was it.
Yeah.
One Life to
If you
Live.
was too sick to go to
Alright.
school, you was in that bed until tomorrow.
So here's the next one. This was another
That thing was
another
pretty-
scene that I really liked.
Yeah.
There's something I want clarification on after we watch this.
That man,
There you
over the
go.
bed.
Oh, that was it? Okay. So Milda, Celeste was reading through the book, and Milda was laying in the bed next to her. And Celeste looks over at her, and they're just kind of smiling at each other. So then why, when Celeste is walking into the room and she pulls the sheet off Milda, does she get frightened? Like,
Well, I mean, she had normal eyes when they were laying in the bed, and then
Right.
when the sheet gets pulled off.
okay, I get, okay, fair point. Like,
Yeah, she's now showing her true colors. And that's when Celeste quickly realizes she's been manipulated and conned. Celeste is really attracted to Milda as a person because, first of all, she says she's going to bring her dead parents back so she can be with them, who she doesn't remember. And so she knows how to manipulate her, and she's also this very maternal figure for her. Now, Don just mentioned Dark Shadows, and Laura Parker, if you remember her from the original Dark Shadows show, was somebody who read the script and who we were considering playing Milda. But yeah, so however, her health was not great at that time, and she passed away last year. But I agree. When I first moved to LA, my first big experience was like going in Laura Parker's yacht. and
That was fantastic.
She was really, really incredible. They've had a huge house in Topanga Hill, and just a really sweet person.
That's awesome. All right, final clip on here. Is there only these 5?
That's it. I should probably upload more. I'm in my 40s, so like TikTok for me is like kind of like, not my first language.
Yeah, I'm reaching my 30s and TikTok is not my phone.
I'm always halfway through, but I ain't used it yet.
So here we are. Gabriel finally makes his way to the basement. He's terrified of basements because of his childhood, and he's not coming down at a good time.
That is obviously not a touchdown.
I love this part. Yep.
Yeah.
That part, that scene right there, I feel like that was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. And the sound cues with it and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was hoping it would show the distillery, but
Hey, I told you they already had you do that. You got 2 of my favorite things in that basement.
Milda getting crunk in death.
Yep.
now I actually have the movie pulled up on Tubi. If there's some other scenes that you would like to take a look at.
Sure. Yeah. What do you got? You can put any scene on you like if you want to discuss it, ask any questions on it.
Pull up the Ernesto mannequin scene so we can get an answer.
All
Wait, what?
let's see.
Joke. I'm joking. You don't have to give us an answer, but Ernesto.
That's right
Hold on.
here. So
Yeah.
There's only
Almost there. I think I passed it. Hold on. Yep. Here. Oh wait, no.
That's home buried.
You want
but
where
gotta
you
see
go?
him at
Yeah,
night.
go back.
Yeah.
Which
I'm gonna go forward a little bit. It's like right around in there.
let's see.
did you guys get a lot of ads when you watched it on Tubi or not really?
There's like 3 major ad breaks.
Yeah, and they weren't too bad. Maybe like
Yep,
3
there's
years.
an ad.
Wow.
Weight in his chest. To
Okay.
lower
It's a very lightweight.
It's comprehensive care that's been
All right,
with
well, we're going to mute the ad. Right.
Hold on, I want to see
I
this.
went a little
What is
too
this?
far.
UF Health.
UF Health.
You're welcome, UF Health. Thank you for
Not sponsored.
that
Dear
man had a
UFL, give
2-pound
us
weight.
money.
I mean, I know he's old, but like that's really wimpy of him. He's probably going through physical therapy. There we go.
All right.
So this is LA here. This is LA, and the exterior car scenes you can actually like see like palm trees in the background. Palm trees.
Okay. So there's the book.
There's the book.
Trying to find.
Then it goes to the.
where,
I think it might be back a little bit.
yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny
Before-
if I didn't know
before
where
the
it was?
He was, unless I just imagine. Oh, it's right here.
Nope, it's right there. There we go. So here's him double checking on Ernesto that he, and there, yeah, the mannequin.
So, again, first off, Gabriel obviously has never. Well, he did murder someone before, but
Right.
He's a killer.
that's
You
gonna.
killed the killer. Which like the first time we showed this was in Lanesboro, where we shot the most of the movie, and we showed at the theater there, and this man pulled me outside and just told me he couldn't root for Gabrielle because he like murdered someone when he was young. And I thought that was really interesting that he just couldn't get over the fact that he murdered the man who murdered his mother and had been haunted about it ever since. So.
Yeah, that's. I mean, at least he was showing remorse for an act that obviously went against his faith, but
Right.
I'm trying to understand the emotional background. Yeah, that guy just killed my mom. I'm probably not going to be too happy with him.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, it's interesting hearing everyone like interpretation of the movie. I mean, he is supposed to be like a not a perfect guy, right?
Yeah.
Throughout the movie, he isn't. With his alcoholism and because there's so much going on in the story, you don't really get many moments with Gabrielle and Emma. There was a scene early on that I cut that showed them being sort of touchy-feely and in love, but I hated it so much that I cut it, which my editor really didn't like, but I just thought it was so hokey, I'm like, because the movie starts out and they're arguing and they don't seem to like each other. I'm like, well, yeah, that was kind of like right before the movie started that things were going well. People will get it,
Right.
but I don't know if it works for everybody that way.
Well, it seemed like they had a pretty strong relationship because she was defending him, against her Aunt Milda,
Right.
when they first, went over there for dinner, and then during, after, her death, when Ernesto came in, start reading the will and saying, well, if he can't stay here, then, we just won't stay here, and then, okay, I'll give in, he can stay. But the turning point was after she took off with Ernesto by herself and then came back. And that's where, it seemed the tension really picked up between those two. And
Exactly. Yeah. Once she comes back from the first time with Ernesto, everything's changed for her. She doesn't, and for her, I told Emma it was kind of like you're running a fever all the time and you don't know why.
Right.
Which is it was a difficult role for her because, she had a lot of questions about, well, Milda's starting to kind of take over and win. And, so that's kind of that was my motivation for her.
Yeah. And later on you saw that battle when she came back after, she left the house, their house, and, followed up with the priest, and, priest says, you should have killed him. And, you could tell that, Hilda was inside of her because,
Right.
Emma's not letting me.
Right.
There was still that struggle when she was still cognizant of, her love for Gabriel. And it was strong enough to kind of override Hilda's intent, who would have rather seen him out of the picture as well.
Exactly.
Much like, the priest and Ernesto.
Right. Yeah. Emma's still in there somewhere, but she's sort of like losing her grip on herself. As
Yeah.
we come to an end. And then, of course, you know, Gabrielle saves her. Like, she's temporarily exorcised, and then, you know, the minute Gabrielle turns his back, she's been taken over by Emma again.
Yeah. And I think a large portion of that was, you know, Austin pointed this out as well, was, you know, the torch that Joe, the neighbor, right, placed at the cellar doors
When they
as they
open.
were going out. There was that torch, and then, you know, he gave it back to him later. Said, "This will, you know, this, as long as your faith is strong, this will help you."
So it's like it saved him from dying like 30 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. The combination of the torch and the pentagram at the end is supposed to be sort of this unification of two religions, sort of. Like the sort of supposed to, I guess it's going to be like, you know, that the entity is kind of one and the same when it's sort of going against evil.
Right.
Yeah. So that's kind of what the magical torch was. You know, the original actor who was supposed to play Joseph dropped out 2 days before shooting. So we replaced him with Sean Sukla, who was great. But he had very limited time to prepare, unlike everybody else.
Right. Yeah, I'd like to. You know, you were talking about the prequel earlier. I would like to see, you know, kind of that character come back and start noticing things and start prepping and starting to kind of have a bigger role. That would be interesting to see his character and how he develops, knowing what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, there's, like, as the story begins, there's obviously a big history, but with Milda and Joseph already.
Yeah.
And yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, if you want to write the prequel, go right ahead. Honestly, no, I think it would be a lot of fun to do it. I did start writing a sequel to the movie, which I think would take a lot, have it mostly be done in like South America, like Colombia. Like they would go back to Colombia and think they're safe. And then they end up going deeper into the underworld.
Right.
It's kind of the premise there.
That'd be awesome to see too.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So, gentlemen, any other scenes that you would like to pull up and discuss?
Let's see here. We can bring up honestly any scene if you want me to talk about any scene. This scene with Michael Paul Levin's great. I really like Michael Paul Levin's acting in it. I just told him to go. I told him to go to 11. You know, he was like, "Really? Okay." Let's see.
Yeah, hold on. Go ahead.
Yeah, he was unsure about. We ended up, so Minnesota actors are Michael Paul Levin, Jane Hamill, B. Vang, who I knew beforehand. So we got them through an agency, who were great. Michael was really nailed it. I think we had such a long audition process for those actors, and Michael came in just through, hit it out of the park.
And let us see that scene.
I have a couple questions for you.
Now is not a good time.
What can you tell me about Milda?
I can tell you that Milda was a troubled woman and was once a servant of the church. May she rest in peace. And that's all I have to say.
Very short.
I know exactly who you are.
You do? How do you know Milda?
Why are you living in her house?
It's temporary.
Well, right now you are in God's house. I believe it is always preferable to play by the house rules, is it not?
I like this clip.
is corrupted, Father.
Blasphemy! You come here dishonoring one of this church's most devout members?
Something is wrong. Maybe you can go and perform a cleansing.
A cleansing?
Yes, an exorcism.
Enough! How dare you even suggest a thing? A man such as you.
Such as me?
This is not the first.
This is for YouTube and me to make a comment. If we run it too long, they kind of kick us off because copyright stuff. But
Gotcha.
I liked his flip where he was very short and curt to the point. Then all of a sudden he turns around and where he just goes and lays into him. And it's, I know who you are. I see you. Which I found interesting because I didn't think Milda had known about his past, because there's one scene where the first scene with the basement, Emma going down the basement, where it seems like that's where he first told her about it. And right. I liked the whole once we get later in the film, knowing the premise of the phone calls and stuff like that. I mean, did the murderer of his mother, was he one of the ones under Milda's care, and that's how they found out about the information? So I found that part interesting with it.
Mm-hmm.
Time you've committed such an egregious sin, is it? And yet you come here so bold as to be damning others.
What do you know?
Do you consider yourself a man of God?
Yes, Father.
Well, let me tell you, God does not.
Wow.
Later, I will be performing a eulogy. And I think you know for who. Get out of my church!
So obviously that's referencing Ernesto, which
Correct.
They were all close with. But it seems like he knew more than just Ernesto. He knew, kind of deeper into his history. So I like that whole setup and how he kind of, in order to get rid of Gabriel, he tears down Gabriel's faith, and
Right.
God doesn't believe in you. God,
So
you should turn away as without knowing, as we did. You need to turn away from him as well. And I thought that was an interesting play on how these two characters interacted.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back to the first scene in the film where Gabriel's in a confession booth and there's a priest in the background and the priest disappears, right? You don't know who he's talking to and who he's confessing to. Or you don't really know how Father John, knows all that information.
Right.
And and how he's using it, to manipulate. There's kind of this absence of the father, like throughout the movie. Yeah.
Right. Anybody else?
No, I mean, I'm just
Gold.
I like I say, I like your point there about him trying to sow seeds of doubt to maybe make him more vulnerable.
Yeah.
I really
More
like
vulnerable,
that.
or try to
Turn
get him
their
to
cause.
Yeah. Wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
You got
Because
anything? Any scenes?
Any particular scenes? No. For me, it was well balanced. So I can't. There's not one that I have to pull out my head right now.
Okay.
Not that we haven't already covered, at least.
I mean, mine was the mannequin scene, but here's my crackpot theory on what happened with Ernesto.
You're stuck on the mannequin.
Because because there's a lot of questions with that mannequin. Okay, so one, Ernesto was stabbed, a lot of blood, right? So his body is not there, but there's a mannequin. So you know what? I bet you the Father Joseph, right? That's the other, like,
Father James.
Father
my bad.
James.
I'm sorry.
So a lot, there's a bunch of names in this movie.
Yes.
I just learned your name.
Yeah, I think Father James went and got Ernesto's body, replaced it with a mannequin, and I don't know what he did with Ernesto's body, but I'm sure there's some like demonic witchy stuff going on with Ernesto's body. Somehow, some way.
All right.
Okay.
I can tell you that Martin really wanted to have a cameo at the end, but I wouldn't let him. And Guillermo really wanted to have a shirtless scene, but I wouldn't let him.
Oh, come on, just one. Just one.
I'm not just that, I did it because Guillermo and I were not getting along that day. I'm like, he's not getting a shirt. I don't care. Probably would have sold a few more copies if we did, but I was being
Could put on the cover.
The cover. For sure. I mean, yeah. The movie, the day this movie came out, there was a raccoon horror movie that came out the same day. It was like Killer Raccoon movie, and it's like one of those super B like horror movies. And I'm like, that fucking raccoon's like gotten a lot more play just because of that raccoon. It's like the work, like nothing against even the movie I'm talking about type movie, like the B movie for the sake of having a B movie.
Cocaine Bear,
exactly. But Cocaine Bear had $30 million behind and like Ray Liotta. Yeah. This is probably shot in like a camcorder, in the sticks of Iowa. And because they had this unique premise, it's probably like sold like thousands of copies.
You got me curious now about Killer Raccoons.
I know. I'm actually trying to search it up.
Maybe we should watch a clip of that. But
it's not on Tubi, is it?
I don't know.
I don't see it.
Okay, Killer Raccoon movie. So it's called Killer Raccoon. There's a sequel, Killer Raccoons! ! 2! Dark Christmas in the Dark.
That's it.
Wow.
And a lot of people watch those movies.
Here, I'm gonna I'm gonna send a video.
Yeah,
it's the trailer.
All right.
Just
the
trailer. Wow. Oh, Killer Raccoons 2 paste. Here you go. Enjoy. It's in the private chat.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Oh my God, the spaceship's a penis. Okay.
Oh yeah, I've seen a bunch of movies from these guys. I don't know if I should be proud of that or if I should never admit that, but okay. So here we go.
You had a question, Nick?
What's wisdom? What does that mean?
It's a fancy way of spelling wisdom.
Yeah, it's a fancy way of saying wisdom.
All right.
I'm wise for my age.
You are.
Here we go. Killer Raccoons.
Killer Raccoons 1 or 2?
This is 2. I don't know if
A
there is
secret raccoon-operated laser satellite with nuclear capabilities.
Oh my God, this is
A
fantastic.
team of domestic terrorists hell-bent on revenge.
Civilian.
An undetectable moving headquarters held hostage.
Welcome aboard the Holiday Express, or as I like to call it, Raccoon Railway.
There's only one problem. Smallwood, the name sounds familiar.
I'm sorry. Gold, you're fired.
The Virgin from Raccoon Creek Campground is back.
The raccoons. They're smart ones. Hold on, man. How do you know that?
Story
The
of my
amount of
life.
taxidermy that's
This Christmas, you can roast some chestnuts.
I never want to see another raccoon again.
Is this going to dethrone
Squeeze
Die
out
Hard
the
as the best
center.
Christmas movie?
holy!
But don't feed the raccoon.
Killer Raccoon.
The gun.
This is just the beginning.
Killer raccoon.
Okay.
Amazing.
So
I would love to write a movie like that.
there's
I love-
tons and tons of drugs.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So there is another. Hold on, since we're on the thing of here's another one. It's called Crack-Coon. This is a horror movie, not a comedy.
Oh,
Just one more raccoon thing to round out this trilogy.
Crack-Coon. Yeah, that's
they
it.
got with the raccoons.
Yeah.
Oh, it was freaking meth alligator after Cocaine Bear or something. Or
Yeah,
That was not a
Alligator.
bad movie. I will not hear bad.
What,
I haven't
Cocaine
seen
Bear?
it.
about it.
Cocaine Bear was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was,
Cocaine Bear was actually. It was surprisingly well done. I thought they actually did a good job on that because I went in with extremely low expectations for it.
Well, what are your expectations for Crack-Coon?
For Crack-Coon, yeah, even lower. All right, here we go.
Bump them up.
Got something a little extra special for you two tonight. What the fuck you talking about? Bro, I'm talking about the latest thing to hit now. Draining.
Wow.
Come on, man, it's my turn.
Oh,
Oh,
just straight up.
Designer of so-called street drug. Tonight is going to be the most epic night of our lives, man.
Oh my god. The goddamn
Don't mess with the Kia Soul. Don't mess with the Kia Soul.
Careful out there today.
Oh, well, it's not like anything major is going to happen. It never does.
I need you to give the sheriff.
Austin, you're fired.
We got two dead bodies up here on the mountain. I don't know. Maybe a bear or a mountain lion? I'm not sure.
I am telling you, it's a killer raccoon.
Okay.
I'm not the penis.
This is all fucked up on drugs and shit.
Can't be.
So, let's
I'm
see
just
the
gonna
final
leave it
stinger.
right
Hold
there.
on, let's see the final stinger.
That's a big ass raccoon.
That's it.
So, not to be discriminatory against the actors in that movie by any way, and if we ever have them on the show, I do not hold these feelings, but they look like they're actual cocaine users or crackies.
Who's a method actor, man? It's called method acting.
Well, they did the makeup really well, huh?
Definitely.
I don't know.
Special
I don't know
effects.
if they had that in their budget. I think they just. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, lighting and makeup make a big difference.
Yes.
Yes. Our makeup girl quit on day 2, and then we had to bring in someone from LA, and so Guillermo's did everyone's makeup like in day 2. He did a great job. But speaking of spinoffs, if you've never seen Orca, which is a Jaws spinoff,
Yes.
maybe
Loved that movie when I was a kid.
It's an amazing movie, and it's super layered if you watch it as an adult.
Yeah.
It's a good watch. And Alligator, another really good, excellent movie. Yeah,
They did a horrible
Orca
job
really
with
a-
the second one, though.
what's that?
Alligator 2 was horrible.
I've never seen Alligator 2.
Yeah, no, don't.
Is Orca really a spinoff of Jaws, like an actual like in-universe spinoff?
Well,
Or
it's
is it
not
just
in
like-
universe, no.
No.
But I mean, it is. So like,
Hey, orcas are scary too.
Orca. So it's about a killer whale. But the Orca. So like, it was like the spaghetti and western. It was like I think Morricone did the score for it. And they got like the spaghetti and western writers who like wrote The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly to like write a Jaws ripoff. And I don't want to say it's better than Jaws, but it's an excellent movie. Yeah.
Orca was really well done. And as far as animal horror movies go, or animal suspense movies, it was probably one of the better ones ever done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Can it keep up with Crack-Coon?
Yes,
No,
it will crush.
Some pretty stiff
Crack-Coon.
competition.
When do we get Orca versus Crack-Coon?
No, stop. You're all fired. Damn it.
Cocaine Bear versus Crack-Coon. Make it happen, Hollywood.
Yeah.
How many views does the trailer for Crack-Coon have?
Oh, the Crack-Coon trailer? Let me get that number for you right now. It has 5,000 views.
Oh, okay.
That's garbage.
Than I thought.
But the trailer for Killer Raccoons ! Has 39.
Long Christmas in the Dark.
Golden. See, you already know it's going to be good.
Yeah, damn it.
Okay, I think I know what a couple of our next movie nights are going to be.
Yep.
Raccoon.
So who's on the show for you guys next?
Yeah.
Not
Anything we
sure
can
yet.
announce? Oh, fuck.
I'm still working out. I'm still waiting for people to get back with
Confirmation.
me, but hopefully October is definitely going to be filled with. I've reached out to the son of Lurch, the gentleman.
Oh yeah,
Lurch's son. I really like having him on. Laura Meadows. I'm going to be reaching out to her. I believe Austin has a guest lined up, correct? Yes, no?
Trying to. Yes.
Trying to? Okay.
Trying to get Liz Finnan.
Trying to get Liz Finnan.
We should probably try and get her co-star Kim Wallen as well.
Yes.
We probably should, yes.
That would be a really good
Basically,
lineup.
Everybody that we met at HorrorCon, I'm going to try to speak with and see if they would be willing to come on the show.
There you go.
We also have Sean Berube and Colton Dietz. Reached out to them to come back on the show.
We could probably get Zoe on here. Well, maybe.
What's that?
Probably get the other one of the girls on here too.
Zoe,
Yeah,
she's coming on next year.
Yeah, she's got a full stack till next February.
Oh, I can imagine. I've been seeing on her Instagram that she has been busy.
Yeah. So I think he said around February her schedule kind of slows up. But Nia Dune, I'd like to have her on.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Ooh, maybe we could get Martin on here with Nia Dune since they were both Baratheon officers in Superman.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he'd do
Possibly
that.
Naomi Grossman too. Or Dan Lynch.
Definitely Dan Lynch. Dan Lynch.
I think we could get
I
him.
think he has reached out back to me.
I think I burned that bridge with Naomi.
Yeah, I got a couple messages from him. Not to toot my own horn or anything, just messaging from
Yeah, he's definitely excited about coming on the show and talking more with us. So it's just a matter of finding the right schedule for everybody because we are 3 hours ahead of most of them.
Yeah.
So
Austin, you got banned by somebody there, you said?
Do I have a what?
You got
he
banned.
got burned. He got burned by somebody there.
Okay.
Yeah, Naomi got him good.
Make this public.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and put it out there before we get some of this footage going.
All right. So I felt like I wasn't asking enough questions, so I approached Don and was like, hey, how about I lead one of the interviews? And it just so happened that Naomi Grossman was the next person to come up. And Naomi Grossman is an American Horror Story. I think she's been in like every season of American Horror Story.
I think
she played Pepper
from 3
Pepper in Freak Show, I believe.
Yeah, Freak Show up.
Or Coven. I don't know. One of those. I got it fucked up. Anyway, so she comes on and I got the seasons. I got the seasons flipped. I thought that Freak Show was season 3 and Coven was season 4, and she jumped on me for that. And then she jumped on me for being so behind on like Freak Show and Coven whenever they're on like season 12. But in my defense, really those are like the 2 best seasons, honestly. So,
yeah.
So excuse me for not keeping up with like a mid, So I got roasted, boom roasted multiple times throughout that entire interview, and it lowered my
How can you really know? You're so much is going through your brain. It's not like you need like a cheat sheet for all these people. If they're coming up and you're going cold, it's like you can't just.
Exact. Thank you for understanding, Nick, because that was my thing. It's like, one, I didn't have time to prepare for every person that we would possibly get to meet.
Yeah, because they
came in such rapid succession that.
Oh yeah, on Sunday especially.
Yeah.
And
on Sunday we didn't put a camera down longer than to charge it for the next one.
It lowered my morale substantially. But then the next interview was Liz Finning with the Naughty List of Mr. Scrooge, and I didn't go to that interview, but I just kind of sat out until she mentioned that she played young sister Imperator in Ghost.
And then he initially pushed Don out the way. He said, "My turn.
Yeah.
Let me in there."
I took the mic from him
I got
and
questions.
finished that interview.
And then he did a secondary interview with her as well, and it ran on for about 24 or 28 minutes before I was like, "Hey, man, I got to charge this stuff."
Oh, really? Was that long of an interview?
Yeah, I was just fangirling.
He had
over
a lot
Ghost.
of questions.
Okay.
Ghost is a band. This is Ghost.
Very cool. I thought you were talking about Ghost, like the movie from 19.
With Patrick Swayze.
So thank you for the clarification.
You're welcome.
Check
them out, they're a great band.
If you guys didn't, I've been reading this book that I picked up at WorkOn. Scary Stories to Make You Scared of Stories, and I didn't know this person before. This is a hilarious book. I don't know if you guys talked to them, but I was like, sure, I'll read your book, and I was like, I'm never gonna read this book. But then I actually started reading. Like, this is hilarious. So
I think that was from the book people that we saw on the other side by Fragment that we never got to go back to and interview.
Oh, you never got to. All right. Well,
I think we did there was so much on Sunday because we were trying to line up stuff for Sunday on Saturday because Saturday was kind of slow, but Sunday was absolutely explosive. They did not. I mean, it was that people were coming to us left and right.
And of course, the people that said that they'd be there at like 9:30 to start setup did not get there until like
11:30
started arriving. So
Yeah.
then it was just
So
well, thank you for making a first guest after HorrorCon. Your story reminds me.
Anytime.
Oh, thank you. I'll definitely come back. But your story, Austin, reminds me of who Carrie is from Saw, like Saw 1. Like when I was a kid, he's like the lead in Princess Bride. He's in Glory.
Yeah.
I went to a book signing of his, and I'd only seen Saw 1, and I had seen like a picture of like that Carrie Always was going to be back in the Saw movies, but I didn't realize that that story was like 10 years old. So I went to Carrie Always. I'm like, I hear there's going to be another Saw movie. That's awesome. And by the time that was in like Saw 6 or Saw 5, and that movie was already like 5 years old. But Carrie Always was like very kind about it. He's like, oh, I'd not heard that rumor, you idiot. That was like 10 years ago that I was in that movie. So some celebrities, I find that like celebrities who have really made it, like, are usually really, really kind. And as someone who used to wait tables, like the worst celebrities are like the celebrities who haven't made it and who expect you know who they are. And I'm not really saying that that's what happened with this, like this person you were interviewing, but just don't take their shit. That's all.
That won't happen next time. I'll stand
one
up.
person that we were kind of intimidated by to interview at first. Well, not intimidated, but
his
we
demeanor
thought it was
came
going
off
to.
kind of aggressive.
Who's that?
He I thought it was going to be a short one, but Eugene Clark, amazing.
Oh yeah, I thought he was gonna just cold shoulder hard, maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah, but we talked to him for
About
15,
20 minutes.
Yeah.
Was it 20? I thought it was like 10 or 15.
I mean,
it was somewhere.
I was just looking at the clip. That clip's like 30. But there is another interview on there as well.
Yeah, and he was really interesting man to talk to. I really looking at his movie credits. There's been a lot of stuff
to Mad Monster
I
a
did
lot,
not
too.
realize. Yeah.
Yeah, he said he has over 150 credits.
Yeah, 150 movie credits under his belt,
which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're like doing character roles, you can fly in for a couple days and that's it. But yeah, that's how Martin has like such an impressive IMDb as well.
Let's see, he has 151 movies underneath his belt.
There you go.
So, and yeah, Martin, wow, going through everything that he did. Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's done very well. He was cut out of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood as well,
Ooh.
but he is one of the Nazis who gets torched by Leonardo DiCaprio. He's still in it. His role was just cut out. So you know that scene when Leonardo DiCaprio comes with a blowtorch and kills all those Nazis. He's one of those guys, one of those 3 Nazis, which it's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah,
to get torched.
He has a habit of playing people on the wrong side of history.
Yeah,
the Moravians and Superman, and
he's that he's become that if you need a Russian bad guy, like Stranger Things, like call Martin Harris.
Yeah,
he's just become typecasted and a very promising.
Oh yeah,
as a bad Russian guy. Americans love their bad Russian guys. He's one of the staple bad Russian guys in cinema. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just the amount of people we met, 99% was positive, positive, meetings, I guess, So I mean, I think the only meeting I had there that was kind of my fault was I scared the hell out of Ian Ziering by creeping up on him and saying, "Hey, we've got a booth over there if you want to do an interview."
Who's that one? Is that the kid
Sharknado?
Yeah, Sharknado, 90210.
Okay.
So
you scared him.
I think he was just there for a panel, but we saw him walking by, and I didn't catch, oh look, there's Ian Ziering until after he has passed the booth, because I kind of wanted to catch him beforehand. Say, hey, Alex said he was going to set an interview up with us later. Here's our booth. Stop by after your panel. So I had to actually chase him and his girl down, and yeah, that was probably not the brightest shining moment of my time at the convention, but.
Was he not kind? Or
oh no, he was fine. I think I just startled the hell out of him, and
sure, okay. Well,
I can understand his reservation for coming out, coming over to some whack job's booth out of nowhere. So, but I got to shake his hand and I got to tell him my kid loves you and Sharknado. So,
I've
mission
never
complete.
So there's.
Oh my God.
I've heard Sharknado 5 isn't very good, but I've heard the 1 through 4 is good.
All 6 are masterpieces in my opinion. No, they're
the only masterpiece we have witnessed in trailer form has been Killer Raccoons 2.
You're out of your mind.
Dark Christmas
in the dark
is dark.
No, yeah, Sharknado is definitely a cult favorite. And it is one of those B movies that you watch going into it knowing, wow, this is just going to be just bad. And they're fun movies to watch. You go into it, it's a fun B movie to watch, like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, the movies along those lines.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah, go into watching it like that, and you'll have a good time watching it.
Yeah.
Plus, the amount of star power that they pulled out of the,
I don't know,
out of everything that pulling. I mean, Downtown Julie Brown was in one of them. I mean, damn, But yeah, fun movies. But like I said, the convention was, really positive. Really, it was really kind of surreal, being in that environment and us never being, really in that environment before, and being able to talk to all these, quite successful, actors, directors, actors such as yourself. And it was a really good time. It was really fun. And, yeah, I think we can only grow from there. And hopefully, we can get, if we get at least 60% of those people on the show, that'll exceed my expectations. Because, like I said, we're a small show. We're just starting out. Not many people know us, but you got to start somewhere, and eventually, hopefully, we'll get there.
I mean, if you guys keep going to these HorrorCon things, that you guys are going to start growing pretty rapidly. I would assume that your channel would already have doubled from just being a HorrorCon, but I don't know.
Well, we all, me, Gold, and Lights, we all started off. We have another show that's been running for over a year now. We're toy photographers. That's what we started off doing, and that's what our main show was.
Yeah.
The horror gig was me and Gold got together and say, "You like horror movies? I like horror movies. We like taking pictures of horror figures. Let's start a show on just horror, and then
really cool photography.
Roll from there."
Yeah.
So, but we are at the 2-hour mark.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Go ahead and promote Voice of Shadows and promote whatever else that you have going on.
I would suggest going to the Facebook page and looking at the giveaway. The Voice of Shadows is on Tubi, Amazon, and a bunch of other shit I don't even know. It's on Roku. Anyway, it's available everywhere. Just writing right now, so I'm not promoting any new projects until figure out what my next project is.
Definitely go check out Voice of Shadows and wherever you can find it.
Yeah.
Thank you again for coming on and joining us tonight and talking about the movie. And tell Martin again, both of you are more than welcome to come on anytime. Just let me know, and I will set it up. And hopefully Martin enjoyed his movie premiere, and good luck with your next project. Good luck with the writing.
Thank you, guys. Keep me posted. We'll be in touch.
Definitely.
Sounds good. Thank you for coming on, Nick.
Yeah.
See
you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Gentlemen, what would you like to promote?
As always, you can follow me on my Instagram page, lights.camera.af, and on my YouTube channel, which coincidentally has the same name, just without the dots, I think. Nostalgia Bait will be going pre-recorded starting Sunday, I think. And yeah, we'll be looking at Silent Hill.
Awesome. Gold?
Ton's playing Silent Hill. My fiance's playing Silent Hill right now.
Silent Hill F?
The new one. I don't know.
Holy shit.
Oh.
Okay, why don't you bring
playing
Film
all
in?
day long?
No, okay, so I didn't watch any trailers, nothing. I love Silent Hill. It's been a really dark time period. Sorry, we're going to extend the show for like 3.5 more minutes. It's been a really dark time period for Silent Hill for like the past 10 plus years. Actually, probably 15. They canceled PT, which was going to be Kojima's Silent Hill game. Was incredibly scary, and it's just been dark. Silent Hill F, there was this really creepy mannequin monster with knives and stuff. Did not see it coming. I got up onto like a ledge, right? And I'm like, okay, she can't get me here. The lady jumped up after me, scared the shit out of me. I was like, no, okay, I got to stop this for just a minute. So, it's fantastic. Play Silent Hill F. Hashtag not sponsored.
Gold, what do you got?
Same as usual. Go member 150 on Instagram and YouTube I just do reviews on my channel. And The Devil's Toys, which is a collab photography page just to get everyone's work out there.
Sweet.
Well, thanks for 1,150 follows, because we did hit that milestone.
Awesome.
Very cool.
That's big.
Wisdom, what do you got?
Interviews from the con, hopefully coming soon.
All right, excellent.
Very much on the show. Can't wait to see what everything we have.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very, very excited about seeing those and getting those finally produced and put out.
We have 3
as
editors
always,
working on this now, so
yeah. Everybody that's watching it now, thanks for joining us. Tripping and Toys, Goomies Figures. Sorry I didn't get to you in the chat, but thank you for joining us. Everybody that's catching the replay, remember, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And you can also catch us on Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Ravens Across the Sands. Other than that, we will see you guys. Wait, you're not gonna be here next weekend, are you, Austin?
Oh, I mean, I might. Maybe the ship will have Wi-Fi and I can pop in for a minute.
We'll see. We might take a break on that show.
Oh, y'all would take a break just for me? That's so
Well,
sweet.
yeah, we have to. We're not going to come on without you.
Oh,
Plus,
you're fired.
we don't have a guest lined up right now, so
I could be the guest.
You could be the guest. That's true.
The
So,
horrors of
if
Free
not next
Street.
Saturday, the following Saturday, we'd definitely have a guest, and we'll be back. Again, Nick, thank you for joining us tonight. Other than that,
Pleasure.
Good night, everybody.
Have a good night. Thank you.
Good night. Thank you.